married at 22.
Yeah,
How did you know you were ready for that?
I didn't. I just knew that I loved him and I'd never like experienced anything else. I'd never felt any differently than like this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. And so we kind of just dove in and
Did anyone or you or Steph or anyone have any hesitations about like, oh, we're getting married in our early 20s or no?
no. And I say this all the time to our family. I'm like, you guys, like 22. I'm like, you guys. I'm like, not a single parent. Nobody was like, hey guys, are you sure? Everybody was like, no, this is what's happening, and we love you, and we love you, and it's gonna be great. It's just like, wow. Like when I
Totally.
really look at it.
Well, and again,
Oh Lord, Ayesha Curry done pissed off a bunch of folks, telling her truth. Y'all watching Marjorie with Purpose. We're gonna get all the way into this. Like, share, subscribe. Let's do this. Welcome. I'm Marjorie with Purpose, and I am seeing this clip of Ayesha Curry on Call Her Daddy podcast. I wanted to talk about it because I can totally relate. I'll share more of my thoughts in detail at the very end of this discussion. Again, this is a reaction channel, so I will be stopping and sharing some thoughts and playing. So if you like it, hit the like button, share this with your folks. Let's talk young marriage. What do you all think about people getting married young? I want to know from you. I was married at 19. We've been married 19 years as of August of this year. So let me know your thoughts about getting married young as you watch the video and you hear her story. Let's get into this.
and because there are so many people that may watch this that are like, oh, 22 for them, whether it's because like they watched their parents get married young or whatever, it was normal. But you, in the beginning of this interview, started by being like, girl, I didn't even think I wanted to get married.
Yes, exactly.
So it is a big deal that at 22,
it's a mixture of that and a mixture of like there are levels to 22. Like there's different styles of 22-year-olds. But I was like the naive, like very young, unpolished 22-year-old. Like I didn't have very much life experience. And so it's just interesting.
It is, but it's again, I think like why I was excited to talk to you is because as women, there's just like so many things that happen in our life that we want to plan for.
Yeah.
And then obviously life just doesn't go as planned. Yeah. And to hear you at a young age getting married, I think like, and knowing it was such a success, but it doesn't mean the whole ride was easy. Like that's what I'm excited to get into.
Yeah.
So like a few months after getting married, you just said
you get 3 months.
Okay. What was going through your head when you found out that news?
I was confused because
How are you confused?
Because my OB said expected to take up to a year. And so I'm like, oh, in my head, I heard at least a year. I was thinking we were going to be like bar hopping. It's like, nope. You're pregnant and you're going to be very, very sick. But I'm so grateful. I wouldn't change a thing.
Of course.
But it was not on my bingo card.
And when all this went down, like, I guess now looking back, what advice would you give to someone listening of like how to embrace when your timeline suddenly changes?
Oh, there's no such thing as a timeline, I think is the bottom line. Things are going to shift. Like life is ebbs and flows and you just kind of have to roll with the punches. Sometimes stuff's going to suck, but you can always recover. And I think it's important also, like sometimes you can feel like you're in your own bubble or like feel isolated or like you're the only person experiencing that thing, but there's always like a resource or there's always a community of people who are experiencing similar things.
Did you have like any friends who were in similar life stages to you at that point?
No.
They're like, babe, we're at One Oak.
No.
What are you doing?
No, actually, all of our friends are like just now having babies. Like the past.
When people say they didn't have enough life experience. What does that mean? I guess it means something different for everybody, but I hear people kind of misconstruing what she said into oh, she didn't have a whole phase. I don't know if that's necessarily what she's implying. I haven't watched this full segment, so we'll watch it more. I don't know. Tell me what you think when you hear life experience. Does that mean whole phase? Does that mean travel? Does that mean starting a business? Does that mean getting an education? What does that mean to you? Tell me what your thoughts. But we'll continue watching.
5 years. So we were the trailblazers.
What was the hardest part of being a young mom?
I think my identity. So because I have such an entrepreneurial spirit, not being able to call the shots all the time for myself was freaking weird. And then learning how to kind of reset myself to make it all work while still having a family was weird too. But it's made me really resilient and like a little gritty. So I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, like even thinking about how you said earlier, like once my daughter turned about 1, I was kind of looking around like, I love being a mom.
Yeah.
But I also have this other side of me that I can feel kind of wanting to come back up. And I think a lot of times women can experience like, or so I've read, because I'm obviously not a mother yet, hopefully. But like women can experience this like mom guilt of like, if I have a career and I'm not home at like, did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. But what I realized is like, if you lose, like for me being married and like with my husband, if you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing? And so for me, it's always been important. I mean, I'm a little ADHD. So like I have 1,000,005 ideas. I have 1,000,000 interests. I'm very creative. I like to explore those sides of me. And I think it keeps me who I am to like my family and the people that I love. But it also allows me to have a certain level of confidence that I don't think I would have otherwise.
Right. It's like you grew up, like we've talked about, like having this thing that you were so passionate about. Yeah. And to lose that creative side of yourself would just mean that you're almost like doing a disservice to yourself and then therefore to your kids and to your husband and to your relationships. Like that's who you are.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be, as women, we're always told like, or at least it feels like people just try to have us be one-dimensional and you can do more. Not that it's easy.
No.
But it's an option.
It's an option. Like I say all the time, I'm like, when men do it, they're like, oh my God, you're so multifaceted. Wow.
So like, talented.
What a Renaissance man. And I'm like, why can't women do the same thing? Like, what is giving you the ick so bad that you feel like I can't do these separate things, be good at them, or at least try to? Like, what is the problem?
It is really frustrating. And then I think, thankfully, I feel like there's just been an uptick of people being like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do it. Even if it pisses all of you off so much and it makes you uncomfortable to see a woman succeeding, deal with that on your own side, because I'm going to keep fucking pushing.
I love this discussion with Ayesha Curry. And I think people completely misconstrued what she said. But I don't know. I don't know her personally, so I don't know. I think the idea that every woman should or wants or needs to have a whole phase is a fallacy. It is a trickery of the enemy, because for women that say they want a whole phase or feel like they needed a whole phase, I can't say a whole lot because I had that phase in high school. I've been married since I was 19. I got it out of my system in high school. And all I know is that it did nothing but destroy my soul. It did nothing for me. But the only positive out of it, I will say, is that it just confirmed for me that I'm missing nothing. That there's nothing out there. The devil has nothing for me, but plans to kill me, to destroy my life, to destroy my health, my mental health, to destroy my peace. That was the conclusion I came to. And you know what? Sin is always fun for a while. Sin is always fun. It always starts off fun until the devil gets you into a guillotine hold, and it takes the jaws of Jesus Christ to get you out, to get you free. So my advice to women is, if you're going to have a whole phase, keep the Lord the center. If you insist on being used and abused, having some man slap you around, call you a B, dig in your vagina, with no love for you, with no appreciation for you, just to dig all off in your vagina for free or get paid for it, whichever you prefer. If you are determined to do that, to be treated with disrespect, to be someone's sperm bucket for a day or two, a month, whatever you please, however long you're willing to stay in it, keep the Lord the center. If you're going to live in sin, keep the Lord the center of it, is the only advice I would give people. If you're going to be out there sleeping around with strangers, free sex or whatever, do as you please. But keep the Lord the center of it, because when the enemy gets done chewing you and spitting you out, you're going to call on the name of Jesus. You're going to need the Lord's help to clean you up, to wash you off, to pull you out of that pit of hell that you've gotten yourself into. So that's my thoughts on that. But women, I can agree with what she said. Women, I think we as people lose our identities in parenting and marriage. We lose our identity. We lose our purpose. And sometimes your purpose changes. Sometimes your purpose is at the moment to raise the children, work full time. Sometimes that's your purpose. But making your purpose to stand for the bigger picture, getting people, discipling people, no matter where you are, no matter what your circumstance, discipling people, discipling your children, making sure they know the Lord for themselves, whoever you encounter, praying for them, praying with them, encouraging them in the Lord, letting your daily purpose be to glorify God in whatever it is you're doing, whether it's being a wife, whether it's raising your children, whether it's you're working as a trash man, a cashier, a door greeter, whatever your position is at that moment, let it be to glorify God. Let that be your center purpose until the Lord puts you in a place where he's saying, okay, I'm going to use you in this particular arena. But he could use you anywhere you submit to him. The Lord can use you, and he can make your purpose bigger than yourself, no matter what it is. So I think people lose the importance of purpose because they get so caught up in what they want, what I think I should be doing, what other people say they should be doing. What does God say he has for you to be doing at that moment? What is God's purpose for you in that moment? That should be your question. Lord, what is your purpose for me in this point in my life, in this time? What am I? Who am I to be a blessing to? How can I serve your people and serve in your purpose, Lord? That should be people's question. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, I'm offering 5 consecutive days of intense purpose coaching for $197. Again, you don't need me. You don't need me to hear from God. You don't need me to hear the voice of God. You don't need me to do Bible study. But if God is calling you, and I'm someone that the Lord is telling you he would like me to work with you, to hold your hand and give you the tools needed to allow him to reveal his purpose to you for your life, then email the purpose at burningheartscoaching.com. Email in the description. Let's set up a call, visit the website. There's some free PDF, free resources in there for you to look at and read, and prayer resources to get kick started. So start there. If I'm someone the Lord has called you to, then fine. If not, fine. Do it yourself. You don't need anyone to get closer to God. And sometimes some of us do. Some of us need a coach. So I'm happy to be your purpose coach. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching this episode with Ayesha Curry. Tell me your thoughts. What are your thoughts? What is life not experiencing life experiences? What does that mean to you? And how do you feel about people getting married young? That's what I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Sound off in the comments. And that's it for today. Pray, pray, pray every day, all day, and keep flying with the Most High. Deuces. I love you guys.